Well, just 2 days before the assassination on Donald Trump's life, something huge happened and everyone has literally missed it, which is why I am sharing it with you today. Now, what I'm about to show you is a video clip of Victoria Nuland. Now, if you're not sure who she is, she was the former national security advisor under Dick Cheney. Not only that, but she worked during the Clinton administration, the Bush administration, the Obama and Biden administration, and of course she left under Donald Trump's administration. Oh, and by the way, she's also been highly involved in CIA operations all over the globe. But I want you to take a listen to this video clip and what she said just 2 days prior to Trump's assassination. It's a newly found clip, shall I say, and I want you to pay attention to her smirk. Take a listen.
I don't believe Donald Trump will be elected by the American people. This man is a felon. He is a liar. He is not a supporter of basic U.S. democratic freedoms and principles. He's talking about locking up Americans, locking up immigrants, hurting our economy, etc. So I don't think that Donald Trump is going to be president. So if that's what Putin's betting on, he's going to get a unhappy surprise, I think.
Interesting, right? I don't think Donald Trump is going to be president. Now, I'm going to make a disclaimer here. I'm not saying that she knew that that would happen. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just simply asking the question, did she know? Nobody really knows, right? But it's odd that just 2 days before that, she makes this bizarre announcement, boasting, saying Donald Trump's not going to be president. Again, I'm not making any assumptions here. That's kind of for you guys to decide. I'm just showing you the information. She could have just simply meant, Donald Trump's, she believes he's not going to win the election, which could be that as well. But either way, I find it interesting enough to share with you guys. Now, on top of all of that, a Trump rally counter sniper, Ben Schaefer, has just come out and given more damning evidence about the FBI. And by the way, I don't trust the freaking FBI. I don't think anybody does anymore. That's why they need to be completely revamped. But take a look at this. This is on the dailymail.co.uk. Trump rally counter sniper Ben Schaefer gives damning verdict on FBI evidence tampering after the assassination attempt. And here's what went on. A SWAT counter sniper who was working the Trump rally in Pennsylvania, where a gunman opened fire, has issued a damning verdict on the FBI's alleged evidence tampering. Now, the young man goes by the name of Ben Schaefer. He was the counter sniper there. And this was released, this video clip comes from a panel discussion hosted by the Heritage Foundation on Monday. But here's what he said specifically. And I quote, "The counter sniper was asked by Representative Corey Mills of Florida about the FBI's decision to clean the slope roof of the AGR building, which former Secret Service head Kimberly Cheathel infamously said was too sloped to station an agent on." This was the same roof that Thomas Crooks was on. But here's what Corey Mills asked. He said, quote, "Do you find it odd that literally only days after the attempted assassination on President Donald Trump, while the roof was too sloped to place individuals for counter sniper operations, that it was not too sloped of a roof for the FBI to go ahead and tamper, in my opinion, with evidence by washing the roof off that may have had significant evidence on it?" Mills questioned Schaefer, the counter sniper. And the counter sniper responds, "Yes, I do." In other words, and I'm going to come back to this, in other words, the counter sniper agrees with Corey Mills that the FBI, had no right to immediately scrub all that blood off the roof, which they did just days after. Tampering with evidence is also my opinion, and I believe that's exactly what the FBI did. That is what they do. That is why I have been screaming, why are we letting the FBI handle this? None of them. It should be an independent team because they have shown that they are not trustworthy. But that's not all that he asked. It goes on. Mills, Corey Mills, representative, went on to question Schaefer, the counter sniper, about his thoughts on the body of Matthew Crooks being released and cremated. By the way, we reported on all of this, so it's kind of a recap. But it says, quote, "Do you also find it odd that the body of Matthew Crooks had not only been released and cremated, evidence gone, but the coroner who's responsible for releasing the body had no knowledge of it?" Zero. Yeah, says Schaefer, absolutely. Now, Eric Prince, a former Navy SEAL, also chimed in, who founded Blackwater in the 1990s, and he said, quote, "It sounds like destruction of evidence." Destruction of evidence. You're damn right it does. Damn right. And in my opinion, that's exactly what happened. Why the hell right now is our Congress not issuing subpoenas? Why aren't they questioning mommy and daddy of Thomas Crooks as of yet? Some of this stuff I haven't seen happening from our congressional leaders who are investigating this. We can't trust the FBI with any of this. We can't trust Christopher Wray. We can't trust Merrick Garland. They have proven that they are not on the side of Donald J. Trump. Speaking of the father, we touched on this a little earlier when this came out, but I want to reiterate it in light of what I'm talking about. Here we have dailymail.co.uk. Father of Trump shooter Thomas Matthews hires powerhouse criminal lawyer as FBI intensifies investigation into his role in his son's assassination attempt. And the question has to be asked, how the hell can this guy afford a really powerhouse lawyer? I don't know the details around it. There may be more information. Maybe it's for free. Who knows? But anyway, he hires this criminal lawyer, right? And the only reason you do that is if you have something to hide, usually. But the parents of Trump shooter Thomas Crooks have hired a team of powerhouse attorney as the FBI continues to investigate, wink and a nod, just how much they knew ahead of their son's assassination attempt on the president. Daily Mail can exclusively reveal. The development comes as one of the family members shared with Daily Mail that the FBI still very much has questions regarding how much the parents knew. It goes on to state this: the idea that someone may have assisted Thomas Crooks, which I believe there was, has given new credence on Thursday by Florida U.S. Representative Mike Waltz in an exclusive interview with Daily Mail. So that's the thing. Now, the only reason that the parents would hire that kind of law firm is because they are bracing for the possible criminal charges as well as civil action, maybe from the victims of the family, right? That's one of the reasons that they could be doing that. And as a reminder, the parents actually called the cops prior to, Crooks doing the shooting, and they called the law enforcement and said, "Hey, our son's missing. We're a little worried about him. We don't know what's going on." So we have that call that was made before the shooting actually happened. And of course, nothing much of a do back then came of that, right? But either way, more and more information is continuing to come out regarding all these mishaps by the Secret Service. The FBI literally covering up information, hiding it from Congress, not giving out details like they have done time and time and time again. I don't know why anyone in America actually trusts the FBI. They have to be disbanded, renewed, or whatever. They have lost their usefulness and they have become a political weapon against conservatives and patriots and Donald J. Trump. Now, they are claiming that they have done disciplinary actions against some of these Secret Service members. And by the way, it's a freaking slap on the hand. I'm so pissed about this. The Hill, Secret Service takes disciplinary action against agents involved in the Trump shooting. What are those actions? Well, they took it against about five total. But basically, they have been put on administrative duty. 5 agents that we know of have been put on administrative duty. In other words, right, it removes them from operational assignments, but still requires them to appear for work. Well, you're just going to go sit at your job and do nothing. You're on administrative duty. That is not, what I would call a disciplinary action for the disregard of how they handled Donald Trump's assassination attempt. There was a man murdered and other people injured, including Donald J. Trump, who, by the way, could have got his head blown off millimeters away from his head, 2 millimeters, I believe. And yet, we're just gonna, they need to be fired and reprimanded, in my opinion. This just makes me sick to my stomach, but it goes to show the reality of how much they actually care about their job and about what has happened to Donald J. Trump. I guarantee you, if it was Biden instead of Trump, there would have been more actions. They probably would have protected Joe Biden regardless. But anyhow, wanted to bring all of that to you. As a quick reminder, get to restrictedrepublic.com. I'm going to be releasing a huge video report there today, and I speak very open-minded there. You guys get all the news in detail. And I open that in light of all the censorship that's going on. As you know, they're now attacking Rumble. They're attacking Telegram, all these free speech platforms that we have right now, and they're trying to shut them down. This is why I've gone behind a paywall. It's a safe place to be, and we can express our opinions there. And I really encourage you to join us. Use the coupon code Lisa and the number 5 to get it for $5 per month. I really hope to see you there and support us. And I really ask that you join the Restricted Republic family. Anyhow, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.